This video has been coming and should have been released a long time ago, but either way, we're here now. Lost Records, the long-awaited game from Don't Nod Entertainment, the same people behind Life is Strange. I've been a big fan of Life is Strange since the original came out. I watched Jacksepticeye play it all the way back in 2015. Been a super big fan ever since of the entire series. Even with the newer game that came out, Double Exposure, while it's not Don't Nod, I still think it still is pretty good. And recently, they came out with their own new series, or I assume would be a series, Lost Records Bloomin' Rage. And if you want to check out my Let's Play, it is up on my channel now. You can go watch all of it. I did tape 1 and tape 2. It was a great time. But I wanted to go over the game, give some of my opinions on it, because I do have some things I didn't like about it, but a lot of things I did love about it. And I just wanted to talk about it here. But, of course, before we begin, hi, I'm Keegan, and I like to talk about games. If you like what I do here and want to see more of what I've done and what's to come, be sure to share, like, and subscribe, as I greatly appreciate it and would love to have you here. But, without wasting any more time, let's just get straight into Lost Records Bloomin' Rage. So set in two time eras, in 1995 and 2023, I believe, we get to play as a character named Swan Holloway, where she's meeting up with her old friends from 1995 to remember this crazy summer that they had. And it, of course, has the typical Don't Nod style. They're the kings of atmosphere and teenage angst. And it was really good to kind of come back to this, because as much as I love the new Life is Strange games, they haven't felt the same ever since 2, which is around the time that Don't Nod sold off the rights to Life is Strange and Deck 9 started making the games. But either way, it was really nice to see them kind of come back to this similar format. So like I said, most of the story is in bits and pieces, jumping back and forth between 1995 and 2023. And it does bounce pretty well. I'll start with all the pros, and then we'll move over to the cons, and then just some extra side shit. So pros about the game, like I already said, the atmosphere, top notch. Just can't beat Don't Nod when it comes to atmosphere. And character-wise, I will say that I do love every single character in this game, and there's not a lot of characters, but they all have their own personality. They all feel like real people, but their own people at the same time. If I had to pick some of my favorites out of at least the girl friend group, definitely Swan is up there. Kat, they're probably my two favorites. But I do love Nora and Autumn as well. But I just like Kat and Swan a little more. Obviously Swan, she's our main character. I mean, you spend the most time with her. Story-wise, I loved the mystery. It's definitely a big pro for me, the story of this game. I love the whole mystery of the box, all the stuff that they chose to forget. They made this pact to forget what happened in 1995, and it just keeps you guessing all the way, and it definitely didn't go the way that I expected. Now, I will say at this point in the video, if I do mention any spoilers, this is your warning now. Spoiler warning for Lost Records Bloomin' Rage. I do recommend you at least give it a shot, or you can watch me play it on YouTube, as I stated earlier. So the big bombshell that Kat, one of our friend characters, was sick with leukemia I was not ready for that. That is not what I expected at all. I actually expected to see her in 2023, which we do not, at least not in older form. And that blew my mind and almost even brought me to tears. I was not ready to hear something like that, because you never think about a young teenager being sick like that, and you get to connect with her, and it was just such a shock. But still, a pro being just the story in general kept you guessing. There was a lot of mystery and intrigue, and I just really enjoyed it. Another one of the pros, of course, is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is beautiful. The Nora Kelly band doing See You in Hell, an amazing song. I listen to it all the time now, and even the rest of the tracks here, and there's not many. But for what is there, it is just such a perfect atmosphere, this kind of lo-fi 90s analog kind of vibe to it, and I adore it. I love the soundtrack to this game, even if it is kind of small compared to something like Life is Strange. And another pro for me, at least, is actually the setting, Velvet Cove, Michigan. Considering myself, I'm from Michigan. Not that kind of beautiful Michigan. I'm actually more near the city, more of the Detroit side. but there is a lot of beauty in Michigan, and I love that they actually showcase that. Not a lot of games take place in Michigan, so I definitely appreciate it. So I guess now moving over to the cons of the game, and there's not too many, and it's me being picky more or less. And I'll start with an easy one, is that while I love the soundtrack, they reuse too many of the same songs. There's like different versions of a couple of the songs, but they reuse a lot of the songs, and it gets a little annoying at times because I just wish the soundtrack was bigger. Donut's always great about having an awesome soundtrack, and I just wish there was more. I guess that's, the only problem I have, at least with the soundtrack. Another problem I have is that there's a lot of points in the story where time jumps and you don't know how far ahead it did jump. There's a moment where after tape 1, and Kat gets sick and we find out about that, it's like weeks later, and it doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's the next day or a day or two later. Like, just sometimes time skips and you don't have any way of telling, and it's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't like some of the time jumps, at least in the 1995 section, because in the 2023 section, there's not any time jumping. It's all one continuous moment. Kind of a nitpicky thing, but it kind of fucks with me, so. And then the final con I have, and this one's really silly, all of our characters, mainly our main group of friends, Autumn, Nora, Kat, and Swan, they're awkward as shit, even as adults. I just think it's a little funny sometimes, mainly Swan. She has some of the funniest one-liners.
Sup, home skillet? Watching your video last night.
I'll have to show some here. It's hilarious, and it had me dying in my Let's Play. But other than that, there really isn't many cons to the game. I did play it twice, once on stream and then once by myself, and I will say the stream ending I got, loved it, but the bad ending that I got when I played it with my wife, I did not like, and am a little confused on, because there is a little bit of this, like, it seemed like they were opening it up to do another tape, but it's only 2 tapes. So it's just kind of this cliffhanger where you don't know, or we don't know, if we're going to get to come back to these characters. And I hope we do, because it does leave the door open. No matter what ending you got, it leaves the door open for a potential sequel. Which it is hard with these kind of choose your own adventure games and choose your own dialogue, because there's multiple endings, but either way, and that's not really a con, but it kind of is. The ending kind of bothers me, but it also doesn't, because at least the ending I got on the stream I thought was very beautiful and nice and well, but then there's that little extra at the end where Swan returns and the abyss is there after it disappeared, and it seems like she jumps in, and it's crazy. I don't know if you can avoid it. I actually have to go back, and I never try to avoid it. I just jump right in. All in all, it's a pretty awesome experience, and it's not a full-priced game. Like, a lot of games nowadays are $70, which is absolutely absurd if you ask me. It's actually a $40 game, and it might even be lower. It might even be on sale right now. I don't actually know. You can fact-check me. But definitely worth a play. I think Donut really outdid themselves here, and I cannot wait to see what they do with this new potential series. So if you ask me, if you like games like Life is Strange or the Telltale games, it's a must-play, obviously. But if you just like story stuff, and you like kind of retro-y things, or like time capsule type things, this is an amazing game for you, absolutely. But if you're not into that, and you're just like a Call of Duty player, I don't even know what you're doing here. But either way, that's just my opinion, and I actually want to know yours in the comments down below. Have you ever played Lost Records Bloom and Rage? And if you haven't, like I said, I highly recommend it, or you can watch me play it on YouTube. I'll try to put a link somewhere, but I'll probably forget. Either way, let's talk Lost Records down in the comments below, and Life is Strange 1 and 2. I would love to open up a discussion about that, and I would love to play it on the channel, so let me know if you want to see something like that. Either way, without taking up too much of your time, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. You're awesome. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to share, like, and subscribe to see more of what I've done and what's to come, as I greatly appreciate it, and of course would love to have you here. But that's all I got for you today. Thanks for coming, and thanks for watching.